What would you do if you were overworked and your arrogant boss and you had a plane crash on an island? Would you be able to survive, or what would the power dynamic look like? Send help is our movie today for Movie Monday. It is Parallel Frequencies. I am just Blane. She is Coco. You are the freaks. Coco, what's up? What's going on over there?
I dare say if you and I were in a plane crash on a desert island, we gonna die.
Probably. But I'm not a nepo baby boss, and
yeah, you might have some
act
skills.
like, and I don't act like, yeah, and I got a couple skills, and I don't act like Bradley did in this. So,
Yeah, we're gonna get into
we might
it,
survive.
but-
We might survive. We'll leave that up to the freaks. We'll ask them. Freaks, do you think if me and Coco crashed on an island, would we survive? Put it out there. How long? Over or under? How long? How many days?
How long do you think we're gonna make it? I got like 3 days.
Exactly, right?
Depends on
I
how
don't
much-
know though, because I've been surviving pretty hard here lately. I just had a kindergarten graduation. That's wild.
Yeah, we're surviving May as parents, and any freaks out there who are parents wrapping up the school year, like, tell us how you're surviving May.
Yeah.
How's it going? How was the graduation?
It was great. It was cute, I guess. That's what you say. You know what? I got a text from my own dad, and he said, congratulations, only 12 more to go. And I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. I mean, you don't have to do that many graduations, because typically they don't do like first grade graduation and second grade graduation and all that, right? But I used to be a kindergarten teacher, so I used to prep my kindergartners for their kindergarten graduation. We did the caps and gowns.
Oh, yeah.
They used to rent a stage and an auditorium for it at my school. They went all out. And I can tell you, kindergarten teachers, we work really hard at getting those kids ready. And, I was really good at, like, I would have programs where the kids were singing in a round. There was like different parts. They had props. I mean, I really went all in on it, like really worked hard on it. And then I realized after a couple of years, parents don't really care if they did a great job in their program or not. They're just going to be so thrilled and taking pictures. And
that was it.
Yeah.
Bunch of that was happening. We didn't care. We were in there smiling, clicking, that's how it was.
All the kids can fall down and it would still be a great program. Everyone loves it.
I think some of them did. I think I saw Amanda's kid in there. I think he was over there falling over, and mine was too, and their little buddy.
Kids crying. Sometimes they just bust up crying in the middle of it, and you're like, nah, it is what it is.
You never know. You never know, but it's wild. What have you been watching? You watched anything lately? Over the weekend, maybe?
Yeah. Our family just finished on Netflix the second season of Secret Millionaire. We loved the first season, so we had to watch this. It's one of those reality shows where they're competing. And I love it because there's a lot of intrigue, and they make it harder and harder and harder for the contestants. So they have all these people move into a mansion together. And in their rooms, there's going to be a box, and only one of them, when they open the box, it will have $1 million in it. So he is a millionaire. But everybody else in the house is slowly trying to figure out who the millionaire is, and they get to vote off somebody at the end of every episode. So if they vote the person off, a new millionaire is chosen the next day. But if they don't catch that millionaire, and the millionaire is going to have all these like secret agendas that they give them. So they have to like do their agenda so that they can get a special thing. Like they get to vote an extra person off, or they get to, they get these little perks. But if they don't do their agenda, then they get 3 votes counted against them in the voting. So they have to do their agenda. Like they have to. But the agenda is also going to kind of expose them to everybody.
Now, this is eerily similar to a show called The Mole from way back. Yeah. And then they brought it back on Netflix. It's on Netflix. There's a newer season from a couple years back. But I've always loved this premise. And the mole's the same type of thing, except for it's just one person's the mole. They got to sabotage the game. They're trying to win money. If the mole does his job, they get certain. Yeah, it's the same kind of concept. But I love these shows that do this, where it's making people come out of their comfort zones to play. Because I love how some of them are like, they start off, they're like, oh, I'm not going to lie, cheat, and steal. And that's what they do the entire
That's
game.
exactly what they need to do,
Yeah.
which, you can't blame them. They're in it for the long haul. But then you
Oh,
have
yeah.
these ones I love in Secret Millionaire. You have these one contestants once in a while that will say something like, I think I'm getting away with it. I don't think anyone
Yeah.
suspects me. And then you hear all these other, confessionals, and they're like, I totally think it's her.
Yeah.
They're like, she's so obvious, and we are getting her, and it's just hilarious to me.
Let me tell you what I've been watching. I caught one, and it's not a surprise. It might be right now because it's top of mind for lots. Widow's Bay on Apple TV Plus. Holy shit. That's all I can say. Matthew Rhys. I love Matthew Rhys. He was on The Americans. I love that TV show. He did a great job on that. And I thought, I was like, here's the come out party for Matthew Rhys. Here he is. Welcome to the world of acting, And this show, you gotta check it out. They're 4 episodes deep. In episode 4, I did one of those, like right off the couch, like, oh my God, what?
I love that.
It's up there. I love it. We'll talk. I think we got to put that on our docket soon.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a weekly, every Wednesday. I think they got a couple more episodes. You could catch up. They're only 40 minutes long, but you got to go check out that one.
I got to start recording myself watching something for the first time because I got super into watching this girl on, she's, probably like TikTok, Instagram. She's probably really popular, but she watches Star Wars for the first time. And so the clip is just her watching Star Wars. Like, she's like, you guys, I've never seen Star Wars before. I'm going to watch it. And there is something about watching someone watch something like that for the first time that I was hooked. I wanted to see her reaction when, it comes to finding out Darth Vader is Luke's father. She's like, what? I'm like, this is so satisfying. It's such a weird way. Yeah.
I love it. But let's get to Movie Monday and Send Help, a movie that was quietly added to Hulu, kind of dropped out of nowhere. Started making a name, put it on the banner up there, and that's when I finally said, you know what, I better click on this and watch it. And I was shocked at what I saw. It's not your typical, there's a lot of twists and turns in this Send Help flick with a star cast. Sam Raimi directing, and I love Sam Raimi from way back. But you got Rachel McAdams crushing it, by the way, and Dylan O'Brien crushing it in his own way. We hate him, right? We hate this guy, Bradley Preston, in the movie, and he comes across and you think he's got some redeeming qualities, and he just doubles down and it makes it even worse. So he gets what's coming to him. But what do you think about this? This has been on your radar for a while too, I think.
Yeah, I remember when it first came out and seeing the trailer and stuff, and I said, this is going to be great. And I think like a lot of other things, you just kind of forget about it or, move on with life. So when it did drop on Hulu, I was so excited. I was like, oh my gosh, we're finally going to see it. So such a good premise of that blend of horror and comedy. I mean, I think they did a fantastic job. There was once a time when horror was horror and comedy was comedy. And now we live in this beautiful age where you get to watch a horror movie and laugh through it too. And I love that. I'm here for it.
Genre blending is my favorite types of movies. Like, blend them all together. Everything
is laugh in a horror movie. I want to have some moments where I'm like, this is hilarious. I'm having the best time. Yeah.
Yeah. And this is one. This definitely is one. And simple premise, really, if you look at it, because this is the typical classic, who are you when the lights go out? Who are you when you don't have a LinkedIn profile to look at? And they joke about it. They make fun of her on the airplane. Remember that? And they're like, they find her Survivor audition tape and they're making fun of her.
Yeah.
I wish, let me tell you, I got a Survivor audition tape out there somewhere.
Do you really?
I do. I applied. I went down, and this is way back. I faked. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm gonna tell you this. This video's out there. I hope
need to dig this up and show this video. That would be great.
I took a stuffed animal and a thing of ketchup, and I took my shirt off, and I was out there. It was out in the snow. This was in Memphis. It was cold. It was snowing. I had my shirt off. I had some of the ketchup on me, like blood, and I was over there eating. Like I was eating raw meat out of just living off the land, you know. And I told him, I said, you know, I'm ready to, whatever. It's out there. I did that. They could have easily made fun of me, but they did it to her. And then you find out, you're like, oh no.
Shouldn't have done that.
They shouldn't have done that because they're going to need her.
You know, let's talk about that moment and every moment leading up to that in the movie first, because I would like to know, especially for the freaks who have watched this movie, was there any part of you that related to her? Like, were you more related to her, or were you more feeling like the bro energy was what you related to or resonated with? Because I was definitely more like her. I was probably, you know, growing up in elementary school, middle school, like a little bit nerdy, wore those oversized t-shirts because I didn't know how to dress yet. Didn't know how to do anything. I, you know, was just kind of like, how come nobody likes me? And that kind of desperation for like wanting to be a part of the team, wanting to be like, oh, you guys are going to karaoke?
Yeah.
I could totally kill it on this song. You guys, what time are we meeting? And they're just like, no, we can't have this girl join us. We don't. But this made me think of that phrase. And once I heard this phrase, it changed my life, was you don't owe the world pretty. And that is so important because look at Rachel McAdams in this role. Not attractive in the first.
Which is wild. Yeah.
And she's gorgeous. We all know Rachel McAdams is gorgeous. We know that. But what if we are all that? We are all the unattractive and the attractive. What if we can all be either or both or anything, right?
Like the episode of Seinfeld where the girl was one way in the light and another way in the... Remember that one? That was great.
That. Yeah.
Yeah. But no, you're right. And I think I related more to her as well. You've known me for a while. I don't really have that bro energy where I'm going to be making fun of somebody. I'm definitely not making fun of somebody's damn Survivor tape when I've got my own out there floating around. You know, so I don't do that. So I see myself more like where she was as well. And I think it's funny. You point out that she's not attractive in the beginning, but she's highly attractive once she gets on that island.
I love that part.
Yeah.
I love that because how many people are going to be attractive when they've been stranded on a desert island? They're soaking wet. They're starving. They don't got moisturizer. They don't got their makeup. They don't got like all the things that make us, you know, presentable enough to leave our house every day.
Yeah.
But out there, she's like in her natural raw element, and she actually finds her beauty there in that environment.
I mean, you could be real. If the cell towers go down for more than 6 hours, half people out there trading their prized possessions for a single bar of service. So, yes, I think Rachel McAdams and her character. I keep calling her Rachel McAdams because that's it. But Linda Little, and we find that out too, and that plays in her shoes. I love that thing too. That whole part of it too. But. Yeah, this is.
I was made fun of for my shoes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I have been there. I've been there.
This whole movie is a mirror for how deeply alienated we've all become from basic survival instincts and from each other. And you do that by making fun of the shoes and making fun of a Survivor audition tape. How else do you want to alienate somebody? Yeah, they should have been in there saying, oh, this is awesome. They should have said, yeah. They should have said, oh, this Survivor thing is awesome. Did they call you? It's that easy. It's that easy.
Yeah. Okay. So if it's that easy, what is that bro energy? What is it? And it's also mean girl energy. I mean, let me be fair. It's across the board. They're just types, right? But in this movie particularly, we see it as kind of this bro energy. I don't know how else to say it. These are, these are the Summer's Eve type guys. Like, they're just like, we we get each other. We're totally going to promote each other. We are totally going to, have this bro thing going on. And this girl has to use dry shampoo. She's not one of us. She's not getting the promotion. But she's willing to do the work for us.
Mm-hmm.
And that's another point that I think that is really important. If you're too good at your job, you won't get a promotion, is kind of the energy that we're seeing here, right?
Never. And that goes for anybody. That's male or female in that spot, because there's a lot of people I know who've been there, myself included, to where you get too valuable in that role and they can't replace you. It's going to cost them more to replace you in that role than promote you and bring somebody else into that can fill that spot. And that's crazy. The bro energy, a lot of that is a hive mind too. It is. But in this movie, Preston still carries that bro energy even when he crashes on that island and he's got nobody else.
Yeah.
Except for Survivor audition tape, who was a real survival. She'd been practicing. She had educated herself for this. She wants to stay. That tells you something.
Yeah.
And she goes through some crazy extremes to make that happen.
Yes. And then you kind of get into a debate as we go along of like, who's the villain here?
Exactly.
Because at first, no question, Bradley Preston's the villain. He's horrible to her. He's so condescending. He's so awful, even as he depends on her for his survival. And she's being very generous. From the very beginning, she could be awful to him. And she's like, I need to keep you hydrated. I need to keep you fed. I'm going to bring you protein. I'm going to take care of you. It's going to be okay. We're going to get through this. And as she's taking care of him, he's still acting like, I'm your boss. I'm above you. So it takes a couple of rounds of putting him in his place, which none of us, I don't think the audience is unhappy to see at all. Or
no, not at all.
At all. We love seeing his moment of how low can you go?
Yeah.
Eating the bug.
And there's some crazy scene. I love that scene where she's got him, she strips him naked, waist down, got him up, says she's gonna castrate him. I don't know why that didn't scare him enough right there. I mean, you crash on an island, you look across, and you at some point, you gotta think like, okay, she's better at this than me. But there you go. He was a nepo baby and probably didn't have any skills to be in that position to begin with. He didn't know what real leadership was and didn't know how to recognize it. And that's a problem when you crash on an island and you don't know what to do, right? Like, because I just think that the script was brilliant at making this character dynamic, where it played on our hyper individualistic culture. Everybody wants to save themselves, but the irony, the cosmic joke, if you want to call it that, isolation is its own death sentence. You need a tribe. Even if you can't stand them, you still got to have them. You still got to have them people.
You see that on shows like Survivor, Alone, Naked and Afraid.
Yes.
When their survival skills are put to the test, they're almost often more valuable together as a couple. Even when one is pulling more of the weight than the other. I think even on Naked and Afraid, I've seen enough episodes to see that they make it better. They're more likely to make it together than when one leaves or taps out early than the other one. It's a real struggle to get to the 21 days or 40 days or whatever the time is that they have to stay there. But Alone, when you watch the show Alone, you see the top survivalist people in the world are doing this show, and even they struggle. I mean, you watch them struggle to make a fire. They struggle to find food. So even if she's been training to be on Survivor, Linda Little, the fact that she is able to go to this island and actually like use those skills and thrive, and then think to herself, I might stay here forever.
Yeah.
I don't ever need to go home.
To the point where she murders people to make it happen.
Yeah. Which is, I mean, then you start to come into an argument of like, well, she took it a little farther, I think maybe.
Yeah. Then it goes from then it's not here. Then once again, we got a genre blender. It's not the female revenge movie. Now we've got a criminal as well. She's
the kidnapper, murderers.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, we've got a problem here for sure. But I do want to talk about, like, you talk about community or doing it together. The question that I have when I watch this movie is a question of worth, a person's
Mm.
worth. Because if you go to the beginning of the movie, Linda is treated like she's worthless. She's
Yeah.
disposable. She's dispensable. It's like, oh, we were gonna give you a promotion, but we decided not to because I mean they don't say it outright, but basically you don't meet our expectations
Yeah.
of what a person should look like and smell like and what they have for lunch in their drawer or whatever.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
where is Linda's worth? Where is her worth? Because she is obviously capable, smart, a hard worker. She's carrying the company on her back as far as like what she's able to do. So much so that they'll allow her to make the presentations and the reports, but they won't let her present it.
Yeah.
You can come along. She can do all the work on her laptop, but they're not going to actually thank her, promote her, pay her more, like any of the things that count as worth, right?
Yeah.
And then what is her worth on this island when it's just the two of them? Then where does her worth become, and where's his worth? And when does it become like a patriarchal kind of like, there's a hierarchy, I'm above you? And what would it look like if it was more of a matriarchal community? We all find our worth and our contributions as a community together. No one is above or below anyone else. What
Yeah.
would that look like, right?
If me and you crash on an island, what are we doing? What's gonna happen? We're gonna talk first. We're gonna this is what I could see happening.
Okay.
Is me and you discussing, hey, what kind of survival skills do you have? Hey, what do you have? Hey, what should we do first? Let's talk about what would we do first, Coco?
We would make a good team because although I don't have the skills of actually being able to do a whole lot, I'm very capable of following directions.
Oh, you are. You
And
are.
I'm a good idea person. So
and
I
you
can be
stick-
like, here's what I think we should do. Now you tell me how we get those things done, and I will do what I'm told.
And I've always seen that in you. It is. You do follow directions right to the T. But
Yep.
what
I do.
so you would want me to come up with our first idea and then
Yeah.
because I know the first thing we should
I'd be
do.
like, I think we should get fire. What do you think?
And
This
I'd
is
be
what
like,
I've seen people do. Now,
I'd
how
be
do
like,
we make a fire?
and I would look at you and say, do you think fire will help us live? Because I think we should go find fresh water first.
Right. Yeah.
We go find our water source, and then we'd probably build a shelter, and then get our fire
And fire.
going.
Okay. Yeah.
But this is it. It wouldn't be, oh, I'm above you. Go get the wood. Go get the no. That's not how you do it. We would definitely be equals out there. Even if you were following my direction and instruction, I would still see you as an equal because we ain't getting out of there if I don't look at it like that.
Yeah. Better.
You know, like
better. Yeah. And one thing to understand about like the difference between a matriarchal system and a patriarchal system is that there's the hierarchy in a patriarchal system of like, I have authority over you. You do what I say, no questions. I'm not saying that's bad. I think there's a lot of situations where that's needed. I understand like that's the way hospitals run. Like there has to be a hierarchy of like, I have tenure here. I have more, time and skills I put in, and we don't have time for you to question me as an authority figure. Right. So it saves lives. I get there's a place for that, but a matriarchal system is a little bit more like what you just described, where like, it's about everybody puts the community as a priority first rather than who's in charge of that community. So it's just interesting that while Linda was in a system that was very patriarchal in her corporate job, she has like no say in what happens to her. She's completely at the mercy of this nepo baby boss that she's got. And then she switches those roles and then she's like, you will do what I say unquestioningly on this island because I have the authority.
What's your final thoughts on Send Help?
Oh man, I always dreamed as a kid when I was really treated badly or made fun of, usually by boys. I'm just going to say.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Girls are mean too, but the way that you see it in this movie, I recognize that more having had that happen with boys when I was in elementary school than girls. And I would have loved an opportunity to get back at them or to show them up somehow. Would have been a dream come true. So that was really satisfying to watch in this movie. Is to see that moment where she stabs the rat.
Yeah.
And that sort of feral, primal, like almost like a tiger. I don't know how else to describe it. She's just like, don't question me again or this will be your testicles.
Yeah.
It was satisfying. I'm not going to lie. I don't agree with the murdering, but that was fun to watch.
It was. And then that was a nice twist, I think. That's a Sam Raimi, type of thing to throw in there to do. And they could have kept the movie straight and just done it without the murder and it would have still been great. It would still been great because we got that character dynamic we get to see and we get to sit here and break down and talk about. I've been in that corporate world. I've seen that type of stuff go on and maybe not recognized it at the moment, but thought about it later and realized, oh, that's why all the girls were piled up in my tiny ass little studio. They felt better in there. They felt good around me. I wasn't doing that stuff.
Make them feel seen and safe, and at least that their contributions are recognized and appreciated.
I hope so. If I ever worked with you and I made you feel that way, hit me up. I want to hear that. I want to know. I don't ask for much. I'd like to know. I got a couple names in mind that I could probably. I won't say them.
It shouldn't be that rare, and yet it is, and that's sad. And let's do better, humans.
Yeah, do better. Do better. I love this movie. I think this movie was a no-nonsense thriller that really punched above its weight class. Like, I'm serious. I don't know why this one didn't get more love from... Maybe it did. Maybe I missed it. Maybe I'm on the wrong frequency and I didn't see it come out. But, I think I found it and then had to tell you, right? And you didn't even know it was out.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was out streaming, but I had remembered watching the trailer.
Yeah, and you'd been waiting on it, right? Like something else must have come out on Disney and Hulu right at the same time because
no, we can't be on top of everything all the time. We're just two people. We're just human beings.
Yeah, I gotta say, final thought that in a landscape out there of bloated 3-hour corporate products, a movie that knows exactly what it wants to do and executes it with sharp wit and tension is rare. And that one is right here in front of you as Send Help. I give it a must watch. You got to watch this. Go watch it tonight. It's long, but it won't feel long. It won't feel long at all. I watched it in one sitting, and I think it is over 2 hours long. And that's rare for me. So, go check this movie out. I am Just Blane. She is Coco. You are the Freaks, and this is Parallel Frequencies. We will see you on the other side.